So I did the national show and then I placed 5th. That didn't feel good. That's when I started learning a lot about bodybuilding. That is not, things don't come fast. It takes time. And that was tough year for me because I put a lot of pressure. I started seeing that I was pushing my body too hard and I was being unfair for me because I was competing with girls that compete as a pro for 10 years and that was just my first year. And I tell my clients, you have to have a balance. I tell them, I can make you look the way you want in 12, 16 weeks, but after that you're gonna hate me, you're gonna hate diet, you're never gonna wanna do this again. It's a lifestyle. You wanna do this for life.
Yeah. They beat themselves up so much. Then they just say, oh, might as well screw it and eat bad the rest of the week. You just fell down. So just get back up and keep going.
I don't think I'm going to make it. How I'm going to do this? I had to figure out my life all back again. And my mom say, that's okay. Just next year you do it. She say, it's okay. You put too much pressure on you. You're dealing with something that you didn't know expect that you're going to deal.
One of the things I love about people is when they're authentic and vulnerable. Women are going to see that and know just to keep going.
I think
Let's
so.
Cheers again. All right. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having me, actually.
Appreciate you doing this. It's it's interesting. I have Amber like kind of identify people in Miami that she thinks would have a good conversation. And she actually identified you before she even knew that you've been to my gym and stuff. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. So. I was really actually honored when you invited me because I've been watching, not just coming to the gym, but watching what you guys doing here. There's more than just a gym and water brand. I like the concept that you guys have, and so having me is honestly is an honor.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Well, I just want to dive into it. I want to first kind of let people know, kind of more about you and your background. I actually just didn't even realize that you're an Olympian, which is that for me, coming from the world of when I was a kid and I was obsessed with Arnold Schwarzenegger and the Olympia and all that stuff. So that is a big, big accomplishment. But just kind of brag about yourself a little bit. Just tell us, a little bit about that, a little bit about your IBF and all that. So IFBB, sorry.
Yes. Yeah, so I actually started to compete 2020.
Okay.
That was my first show. I started training back in Brazil. I'm Brazilian.
Yes.
So I was training in Brazil since I was 18. But today I'm 30, so you guys can. So 2020, I did my first show. And that was just for fun. I always like to train, but I wanted to do a show just to have the challenge and see myself shattered. I want to see the real challenge. And I am kind of person that I need a challenge, a goal to focus on.
Right.
And even though I love to train, I never follow a diet because I didn't have a goal to hit. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do a show just so I can follow a diet and see my body really changing. So I did a show just for fun, but I love it. I love to be on stage. And I won my first show.
And which because I know there's different divisions and stuff.
Yes, I was wellness. When I stopped thinking to compete, I was going to bikini.
Yeah.
But then I met the FBB Pro League judges, and then they told me, no, you should do wellness. You just need the time to grow. So it's
what's
okay.
So explain that. So because I love this. So you have bodybuilding, wellness, and bikini. Are those the three, or there's more?
No, there's the woman's bodybuilder. There's the biggest.
Yeah.
Then we have the figure. Okay. Wellness and bikini. So bikini and wellness, the biggest difference is the bikini is a little bit more balance between upper body and lower body.
Okay.
And the wellness is unbalanced. So they want more legs and glutes. And the upper body is still there, but we want a more the curvy look. Coming from Brazil, wellness was created in Brazil. Even before IFBB Pro have a wellness here in America. In Brazil, we create the wellness division because
that's because you all have big butts and big legs. Right?
No, because the girls actually like to look like that.
Yeah. No, I'm joking because one of my jiu-jitsu guys, he's like, if you come to Brazil, everybody has great legs and butt.
Because
like,
it's
people,
a culture.
so.
It's a culture. When I was before I started going to the gym, I was really skinny, 45 pounds, and no legs, no glutes, anything. And I wanted to train to look like these girls because that's the culture. So we create the wellness division to fit these girls that have legs and glutes in bodybuilding world. And then 2021 was the first time that 2020 was the first time that IFBB Pro League brought the wellness to USA. And then that's when I decided, okay, I'm still small for the wellness because the wellness look they bigger, but I'm gonna to try. So I did the first show in wellness 2020, and then I did after did this first show that was supposed to be for fun. I say, okay, I'm gonna do another one in 3 weeks to try to be a pro. So that will be a national show. So I did a national show, and then I placed 5th. That didn't feel that good because I'm really competitive. Yeah. So the first show was like, okay, I won. Let's do more. And then, okay, now I'm 5th. So it's not like that. That's when I started learning a lot about bodybuilding. That is not, things don't come fast. It takes time. So I took a little break until so that was the end of 2020. So July 2021, I decided to do the same exactly show, and I say I want to win that show because I didn't win the last time. So I went to that show and I placed the overall, and I got my pro card. So everything happened, and then once you're a pro, you have to try to qualify for the Olympian. That's the new goal. So you turn to pro, and then you're part of the pro league. Okay. Now as a pro, your main goal is go to the Olympia. So after 4 weeks that I got my pro card, I did a show, a pro show, and then there was a Tampa pro. It's a big show, and then I placed 3rd, but I was so close to win that the next week I did another show in Tahoe, and then I won, qualified for the Olympia. So the same way that I turned pro, I went to the Olympia. That was my first time going to the Olympia. And that was, for me, a big experience going to the Olympia, be able to compete with people that I've been looking up for my whole life. Right. I was actually able to share the backstage with girls from Brazil that made me start going to the gym because of them. And then I was there competing in the same division as them, in the same backstage. So for me that year was just, wow, I cannot believe that I did this. And I still placed 10th, which is not bad.
Not bad at all, yeah.
I was really happy, but I still really young in sport. So I decided to take a break. Actually, I did another show and to try to qualify again. I didn't qualify for the Olympia for the next year. Then I did another show in the beginning of the year and qualify for the second Olympia. But then in the second Olympia, the level was even higher, the competition was even higher, the girls even bigger. And then I only had 2 years of competition my whole life. Right. So there was a lot of pressure on my shoulders, not because of people. Nobody ever put any pressure on me because they knew it. She's a baby. She just started. She's doing good. She has a good potential. They just like my shape, but they knew that I was still, my physique was still young. Right. But in my mind, I was, no, I'm there, I'm an Olympian, so I have to place it, I have to do good. And that was tough year for me because I put a lot of pressure. I started seeing that I was pushing my body too hard, and I was being unfair with me because I was competing with girls that compete as a pro for 10 years, and that was just my first year as a pro competing. So that was actually a year that I learned the most as a bodybuilder. And I think that's what made me today be more mature mentally, to coach girls, not girls that compete. I don't coach competition athletes, but I coach for lifestyle. And then I think everything that I learned to like be, sometimes you need to be in your own bubble. You cannot be comparing yourself. And bodybuilder is a tough sport because it's a sport of comparison.
Right.
Even though you say all the time, don't compare yourself with others, you're going to compare because you're being compared.
That's your competition. So
yeah. So, but at the same time, it was, I think everything happened for a reason because I've learned so much, and with this short period of time, not just because of my own experience, but because I also was married with a bodybuilder, Olympian, and then I had to see everything that he had to go through to stay on top. So it's a lot of pressure, and a lot of things that come with that people don't see behind the doors. But I believe that I was blessed to be able to see closer enough to see what I wanted for myself. I don't know if today I'm gonna go back to the stage, but if I do, my mentality is going to be completely different.
Yeah. That's awesome. You said something earlier, like you were talking about how you didn't really diet before until this journey. Like, how hard was it for you to like really commit to, you know, was it like, I'm sure it got, I don't know if easier is the right word. I'm sure it got better as you got more into it, but take yourself back to that moment where you were saying, okay, I want to do this, but then I have to eat like this. Like, was there a moment where you were like, oh, hell no, I don't want to eat this stuff? Or,
no, actually,
or were you just all in from day one?
No, actually, I love it because I need a structure.
Okay.
That's one thing about me. And I was eating whatever. I was just wake up, what I'm going to eat? I'll eat this. So I didn't know exactly, or maybe I knew it some things, but I wasn't following. So I need a coach, and then this person wrote it for me what I need. And if I have a routine, I stick to that and I live like a robot, and I love it because that also helped me with everything else in my life. Because once you have a routine, you just probably think, oh, it's just where you're going to eat every 3 hours. But no, but you know that your life goes around that. So you need to be prepared to have that meal. Then in the next 3 hours, you already have to have that meal ready, and you still have to work, you still have to do your other things. So that helped me a lot to be more focused. And I love eating, so for me it was no problem. The biggest issue wasn't the beginning. The biggest issue was at the end of the prep. That's when you eat lower calorie and a high cardio. So that was for me the time that I had to be really strong mentally. But I was trying to be listen songs that motivated me, watch things that motivated me. But that was the time that I had to push myself every day because I was so hungry, so tired. I was training more, doing more cardio, eating less.
Right.
It's so depleted. As a girl, that's a lot for your body.
Right.
Because a girl need the body fat is important for us. It's everything with our hormones. So I was really stressed, really anxiety. So I have to control too, because more stressed you are, more hold you hold the water.
Yep.
And then your physique not gonna. So it's a lot. The end, the beginning easy. I can eat a lot. I need to grow and train. So that's all I want.
Yeah. And then also you said that there was a lot of times where you did a show and then you did another show like back to back. That's really hard. Like really hard.
Yeah.
Because you peak and then you have to like figure out how to peak again in such a short time. Did you find that to be difficult?
That actually for me wasn't that hard because I was in a move. So I was hype. So actually, the hardest is when you go off season. So you used to eat more. So your body's depleting. Your body's tired, not eating a lot. And then you go eat more, have a life more relaxed. And then you have to go back to. So that is the hardest part. Yeah. That's why I saw it, and I still see a lot of people that competed before. And that they went the reverse was so bad. They ate so bad after.
A lot of people destroy their metabolism.
They destroy the metabolism, and they also get traumatized and never want to go back to diet. And that's what I teach my girls as balance. Today, I do not live a life that I don't eat in a restaurant. If I want to drink a glass of wine, I drink my glass of wine. And I tell my clients, you have to have a balance. Yeah. Because if not, you go crazy. I tell them, I can make you look the way you want in 12, 16 weeks. But after that, you're going to hate me. You're going to hate diet. You're never going to want to do this again. It's better we go it slowly. You enjoy the process. It's a lifestyle. You want to do this not for 12, 16 weeks. You want to do this for life. Yep. You want to also teach your kids. Your kids enjoy the lifestyle of, I can eat, but also if I want to have a free meal, I can have a free meal. I can go out with my friends. I can have a free meal. I don't need to look like a robot. Right. And a balance. But for the balance, it takes time. It took me a time to go through the extreme, that is bodybuilding. For today, I'm being balanced, and I'm able to control what I want. And then I say, I'm really craving this carrot cake. That's my favorite dessert.
I was just about to ask you what's your favorite cheat meal, or what is your favorite meal?
The favorite dessert is Brazilian carrot cake.
Okay. Now, is there a difference? Because I'm a carrot cake person now.
Oh, that's different.
It's different?
Completely different.
It's better? It's better?
I don't like to say.
Have you had Fireman Derek's carrot cake?
No.
No?
But that's the thing.
Try Fireman Derek's carrot cake when you're allowed to.
Nothing gonna be the Brazilian. I'll try.
Let me know. And then where do I get this Brazilian carrot cake?
In Brazilian.
I have to go to Brazil.
Brazilian bakeries.
Oh, okay.
I'll bring one for you.
All right. Because carrot cake's my thing now. So she got me excited there for a second.
So today I'm able to. Even though I'm craving, I'm like, do I want this now? Yeah. If I feel like I can wait, okay, I'll wait. But if not, okay, I eat. And I'm still going to be able to work it out. Yep. So, but before if I was craving something and I eat, I felt bad with myself. I felt like I was shitting with myself. And that's a lot of pressure.
I think I find, like when I was training back in the day with the regular people, especially women, that to your point, when they failed, what they called, waking up in the middle of the night and eating, a bunch of chips, or missing a meal or missing a workout, they beat themselves up so much that then they just say, oh, might as well screw it and eat bad the rest of the week. When I tried to implement that moment of like, it's just, you just fell down. So just get back up and keep going. It's not a big deal. Like, it's not a big deal. And I think I'm so glad that you say that, because it's so important that we get away from like shaming food, like this food is bad and this is clean and this is, like all these words that really are bullshit. I mean, what is clean food? Like, what do you take Clorox and clean it? Like, it doesn't even make any sense. So I think that it's very, very important. And I love the fact that you're a woman telling other women, because you're relatable. And they can look at you and see your success, and you can tell them like, hey, you don't have to starve yourself. You don't have to do 3 hours of cardio a day. Like there's a way to do this the right way.
Yeah, and I have to remind them that I don't expect them to live like a bodybuilder. They only they live for this. They wake up, cardio, bodybuilders eat, sleep, train, wake up. It's a robot. But all of my clients, they are moms, they doctors, they nurses, they work crazy schedule, and they still able to look amazing. Right. So like for me, not like taking anything from bodybuilders. I admire a lot. I am a bodybuilder, but these girls actually inspire me. Because they have 2-3 kids. I have a client that she has a twin baby, and she's killing it. And she's doing it. She's go around her schedule. She make her meals. She's prepared because she has something inside her that I love my family, I love my husband, I love my kids, but I also love myself, and I need to take care of myself. So these kind of people actually inspire me. They don't know, but they actually inspire me because they're doing above what the normal people, And
I love the fact that I'm a big believer that if you become the best version of you that you can be, then those around you benefit from that. You know what I mean? If you're operating at a high potential that you have for yourself, then all of a sudden your kids are seeing that, your wife or husband is seeing that, your friends are seeing that, your coworkers are seeing that, and then you're kind of setting the expectation of what you want for yourself and then what you want around you.
Yes.
So you're an inspiration, right, for others. So that's really cool. All right, so your routine, like today, is it do you have, I mean, you said you're a big routine person. So what does your routine look like now? And you don't have to be, you can be as specific as you want, or you can be as laid back as you want.
I'm going to be honest, because now my routine is a little bit crazier.
Yeah.
But because it's in a good way.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for that, because the opportunities came after. So I think because I'm busier, it might be because I'm doing something good.
Right.
And I think it's hard for me to keep a really routine today, a straight routine, because I work with different things. So I have my clients one-on-one. I have the brands that I work with. I have my own brand. And on top of that, I need to take care of my personal things. So it's a little bit of everything, but I still found a way to have my meals and my routine of my meals. But today, honestly, it's so natural that I don't even think, I need to weigh this meal here and do it. I already do it, already part of my, I think I'm so used to. Before I used to think, okay, I have to weigh this meal and have this meal ready. But now I already do it without even thinking. I'm already doing my meals between all of these things that I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I don't have every day the same thing.
Yeah. How many days a week do you lift?
Training 4 to 5 times max. And but I try 5 times cardio. Okay. The minimum.
So you essentially
I like
take
my cardio.
and when you take days off,
Yeah.
which is not taking days off, no days off, but part of no days off is rest and recovery and self-reflection, all that. So when you take your days for you, is it no training, like zero training, or is it a little light training, or or is it like literally?
No, I have a rest.
Okay,
rest.
good, yeah.
Like Sunday, I like to go to church, do my things outside, or do something else. Yeah. I like to walk outside too, be with my dog. So that day, I don't want to go. She's a Bichon Poodle.
Yeah.
5 pounds.
Oh,
She's
cute.
Cute little thing. But so yeah, I just I don't have anymore that pressure, and I also know that my body needs to rest,
right,
and heal. Although I love go to the gym. So for this week, for example, that I'm dealing with my sinuses, and my body doesn't feel the same, not respond the same because I'm not breathing well. I went to the gym twice at the beginning of this week, and I couldn't have a good workout. And my mom was telling me, Barbara, just rest. You keep going to the gym, you're not gonna get better. I was like, I know, but I miss it. And like, if I stay at home resting, I feel so frustrated, because the gym is also a therapy for me. Not that I need to go every day, but if I don't have at least those days that I would usually train, I feel that something is missing.
Right.
But sometimes I need to listen to my body.
Yeah, that's where I'm at the stage of my life. Is like the gym for me is more mental than anything. Like it's great for your mind, great to start your day off, to kind of set the tone. And I'm just maintaining these days, but it's getting in there and just getting a good sweat, a good pump, and then start your day.
What I was literally thinking about that, because today I'm not building. I don't want to build much. I want to keep growing my glutes always, but not like something crazy the way I used to be before. But one thing that actually I saw this he's the only bodybuilder that I admire the most. Like, he's the top of, if you're asking me who is the bodybuilder that you admire, Jay Cutler. Not because he's a great bodybuilder, but I think because what he did beyond bodybuilding.
Right.
I think that's the most for me. So I look up to him a lot. I learn a lot. And then he say one of these days that he goes to the gym, and the main goal is to have a good pump. Yeah. And if he has a good pump, he's happy. I was like, yeah, that's it. Yep. So now I always think that if I don't have enough energy, if I got a good pump, good.
Right. Arnold used to say that too.
Yeah. Okay.
Arnold used to say that too. He said it in a different way. I don't know if you remember. Have you ever seen Pumping Iron?
No. Oh my God, no. Yeah. I need to.
He was funny. There's a scene at the end that is pretty funny. So, but I won't repeat it. I'll just let everybody go look at Pumping Iron. Yeah. He's like smoking a joint in a chair at the end, and he's describing what the pump feels like, and you can only imagine what he's describing. So it's pretty funny. Let's talk about a little bit about your is it bikini line? Is that yeah? And I know we worked with you a little bit with the waters on it. Where are you in that stage? Like, how's that going?
So that was actually when I was telling you what, for example, Jay Cutler, why I look up to him, because he does beyond bodybuilding. I like to see that he used bodybuilding as a platform, and today he's a business. And that's what I always been inside bodybuilding. After my first year of competing, I started seeing that what I realized is most of the athletes, they get so inside of bodybuilding and they live it so inside, they don't do nothing else. And when it's done, because the career is so short.
And it's an expensive sport.
It's expensive sport, but it's a sport that takes a lot from you mentally, physically. So I was realizing that most of the athletes, they get so deep in that, and they, after that, they don't do anything else. Even if they won the Olympia. I have I had so many examples of people that won the Olympian multiple times and they did nothing else after. And then I was like, why? But because you don't think outside of the box. And then I started looking up to people that actually did something. And I was like, okay, that's the key. You have to start something, because when this career that is short ended, you have to keep it going. So my first year competing, I was like, okay, I always want to be owner of something. I want to create my brand. And bikini was the choice because I always look for bikinis in America. And I didn't find anything that actually shaped my body to the Brazilian cut. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do my own designers that make me happy. And I believe that a lot of girls going to like too, because the goal is make the waist smaller, the butt look bigger. So I started my brand in 2021. That was after my second show before I turned pro. And that was just me. Just me modeling, just me creating the design, just me shipping everything. And
were you making them in Brazil?
I had someone design. I was designing here, someone manufacturing that, sending here. I was shipping. I was the marketing. I was everything. But that was my baby. So for me, it was good to do something besides bodybuilding. But at the same time, I wasn't that focused on that because I was still competing. And then 2023 was the year that I decided to give a bigger step, be bold. Actually, I was thinking, look at myself, I was like, what are you doing? Like, you're too bold for this, because I only have a 1.5 years of a brand. And then I say, no, I want to, because the year before, 2023, I went to Miami Swim Week. And I was like, next year, I want my brand here. And that was like, okay, maybe I can make that happen. But when I made a promise to myself, nobody knew that. Besides my ex, nobody knew that. Yeah. So if it didn't happen, okay. But I knew that I told myself I want my brand here next year. So then in 2023, I was dealing with a lot of things in my life, because the time that I had to decide if I'm going to have my brand in Miami Swim Week was the same time that I was separating. So I was having to move, find a new place. Everything was happening. And then I remember calling my mom and telling my mom, I don't think I'm going to make it the Miami Swim Week, because how I'm going to do this? I have to do everything. I have to figure out my life all back again. And my mom say, sorry.
No, you're fine.
My mom say, that's okay. Just next year you do it. Figure out your life now. My mom is in Brazil. And then she say, it's okay. You put too much pressure on you. You're dealing with something that you didn't know expect that you're going to deal. Next year, you do your show. So I was upset, so I called the guy for Miami Swim Week, the manager, and say, hey, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it this year. And he's like, no, okay, that's totally fine. I understand what you're dealing. Next year we'll be here waiting for you. So the same day, probably 6 hours later, he called me again. And then I'll never forget this. He literally said, Barbara, I was literally thinking about you right now. I had a call, and there's this supplement brand that they want to have one girl walk in a show. That is a girl that lost a lot of pounds from the supplement, and they want to sponsor one of the shows. So they're gonna sponsor half of the price of the show. So all you have to do is give half. And I was like, this is literally God telling me, I'm not gonna give you everything, but I'm gonna give you what I know the other part you can do. I know you can handle the other part. So I was literally listening God telling me, you're not gonna not do this. You're gonna do it. I'm just giving you a sign that you can do it.
Yeah.
So that was the most, probably not that big a step for, it was a big step for my brand too, but there was a personal accomplishment too, because I realized that when you have a faith and you, even though the things are going crazy, you think that's not possible. If you have a faith, God calls you open doors when you don't even imagine.
Yep.
So I did the show.
Amazing. And by the way, it's not just a good personal success. So for those out there, if you don't know what Miami Swim Week is, Miami Swim Week is like big time. Like that is a major situation. You're talking about the who's who of swimwear comes down here and does major, production events. So kudos to you.
Big brands.
It is big brands. It is big. It's Miami. Yeah. It's all the models. It's like, I've been down here for 20 something years, and I've seen it grow and grow and grow and grow. And it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Yeah, I was actually thinking I'm too bold. Like, I'm being too bold. I'm dreaming too high. Let me take my time and do it another time. But when I was already convincing myself, not going to do this year. And then he called me. I was like, no, God, tell me
confirmation.
To do now.
Yeah, exactly. You better do it.
So I did, and it was beautiful. The show, the models, and not just that. It was so amazing how things was just happening so naturally. I had this... the girls that I know from social media that work with brands for me, big girls, social media, and that they wanted to support, they want to help them with the photo shoot, and then they helping me promoting the show, and they didn't charge anything, they just want to support me.
Amazing.
So I'm so grateful, not just for that, but for each one of these girls and my friends that were there for me, helping me. They saw that I had a passion and I had purpose, and they hugged me with that, Yeah. So it was a big thing, and then that was really good because it was the first time that my brand was showcasing in a big event.
Right.
So now people start seeing, oh, what is this? Like, what brand is that? Yeah. The cut and the music.
And what is brand? We got to get a shout out now. What's the brand called?
Bádi Swimwear.
Bádi Swimwear. Yeah. Love the name. It's very appropriate.
That's so fun because the guy that interviewed me, he was saying the same thing. Yeah. But yeah, so it was really fun. It was really nice to see like baby creating like form, these steps and. So this year I wanted to do again because the goal is do better and better and keep it going. So this year I had no days off supporting me. It was amazing, and we did bigger this time. Not bigger as event, but the concept. So last year I didn't have enough time to plan everything. I had a concept, but this year I had a vision to bring Brazil to Miami. So I had again, I was blessed with these girls that at the same time that I needed, they went to Brazil to visit. Yeah. So they recorded a new, the new designers there in Rio de Janeiro for me, and I had the girls here recording for me in Miami. So the idea was connect Miami to Rio de Janeiro. Yeah. So we brought literally Rio de Janeiro to Miami with the culture, like the music, the accessories, the drinks. Yeah. And so it was really fun. That's cool. It was nice to see the people enjoying it, to see a little bit of my culture. Yeah. And for me, it's a big thing being an immigrant in America from where I started. I came here. I didn't know any English. I didn't have no idea where I'm gonna work. I already clean house. I already clean cars. Did everything, bartending, and to the point to I have okay, it's not big yet, but it's my little baby, and now I see people watching
wearing
this.
Yourself. Yeah, exactly.
And wearing, and they want to wear. My clients want to wear, so they want to be in shape to wear my bikini. So this is amazing. It's a blessing. And then we got showcased in the Forbes too, which is big because I think they like it, the idea of the show. And so it was just for me this year was just like, wow, I literally need to keep it going. So now is I have a biggest dreams. I don't like to talk yet because I like to be closer to achieve them first.
Well, someone coming from, and by the way, like I love, one of my things that I love about, I'll get emotional. One of the things I love about people is when they're authentic and vulnerable and are really true to who they are and what they know, how to fake it. And so just showing your vulnerability to me is so important that people need to see that and hear it, because I promise you, women are going to see that and know just to keep going, to keep going. But that being said, I've dealt with clothing brands before, and I have my own, and it is a challenging business, like very challenging. And I don't think people realize how challenging it is. Not to get you emotional anymore, but was there ever a moment, or has there been a moment, like just touch on maybe one of those moments that is like really challenging? Like I'll give you an example. So I was doing sports bras. And me doing sports bras, not for me, but for women. And I was doing them I was making them in Colombia at the time. Okay. And they sent them, and like, I kid you not, like all of them were wrong. Like all of them. Like the cut was wrong. And I'd already approved the sample, and you're talking about like, I think I ordered like 1,000. Like it was nuts. So then I had to go back and do all that, and then fight with the production, and all this stuff. Yeah. Have you ever had any kind of those kind of moments? I'm
actually dealing with this right now, not just because the manufacturer, not because I was blessed to find a manufacturer that she's really good.
Are you still using Brazil?
And then she's understand me. I'm really picky, especially with the quality. If I'm not gonna use it, I'm not gonna sell it.
First of all, don't ever apologize about being picky. So if you're doing what you're doing, it's because you're picky. Like creatives we're the most picky human beings ever, and people don't understand us. And if we want something exactly like this, we're gonna do everything in our power to get it exactly like that.
So, and also I, like as a girl, I know if I'm not gonna wear, like the other girls are gonna wear it too.
Exactly.
So I'm really picky of this. But honestly, I had a moment of this after this Miami Swim Week. I had a moment. It was amazing. I was so happy. I sold all the bikinis that I had from the collection in the same week. Now I don't even have bikinis yet because I'm working a new collection.
By the way, kudos. That is like, that's impressive. That was the good job.
But we did a good hype before. And of course, my models, I can't brag, but they look amazing in the show. They made it look so good. The girls look up to them too.
What about your outfit? Who did your outfit?
I had
that was your
idea,
outfit too?
But the girl in Brazil did it.
Okay.
But yeah,
because your outfit was amazing.
Thank
you. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, people wanted to buy it there.
I know. I was like, when I was looking at your page and seeing how it was, because unfortunately I didn't get to attend. I wanted to. Yeah.
It's okay. But so it was amazing after the show. But then after that, I started dealing with a lot of things in my mind, that maybe a lot of pressure. I want to take my brand now to the next level. And I think I'm really good as a creator. And I'm really good of connect people, good people, to make things happen. But I'm not good on the business part. and then I need help on that. And also, the whole thing, how to run, before I was doing everything by myself, I'm not going to be able to handle everything by myself.
No, you can never do it all by yourself, right?
So now I'm in this process to take my brand to the next level, having people bring my brand to so it's a new, I want to have this everything to the next level before I do the next year, my swim week. Not just that, but it became a little dismotivated for me. Maybe it was in my mind, and it was a moment of weaknesses, and then I'll be honest, because I'm a human. But after I did my show and everything, I start seeing people that it was closer to me. It was supposed to be working with me. They were working with me before. Start creating the bikini brand too, and then as a human, I had to tell you that I was like, okay, there's so many other things people do. They have to do the same thing. They know that we share in the same public, and that hit me a little bit, because it was like I got a little bit tired of this. What I felt is that I'm in this race with people trying to catch me, but I'm not in a race. Right. So I didn't know I was in a race, and you guys trying to, So I felt a little, that hit me a little bit, because I see the competition, and I'm not like that. If you know me as a girl, that's why I'm blessed to have so many beautiful girls around me supporting me, because I always like to lift them up, like let them be. I don't like to compete with girls, but when I see this is happening, it makes me feel uncomfortable, because I'm not doing this game.
But that's big in that world, right? I mean, girls are very competitive.
Very competitive, yeah, and especially in the fitness. But it's so good. There is space for everybody. Just don't try to copy exactly the same thing. I believe there's a space for everybody. Every girl wanna bikini every weekend. It's not gonna buy just my bikinis. You can buy yours. The same thing with sportwear.
Right.
Everybody can start new sportwear. You're still gonna keep buying your brand. But when I see that it's literally following your blueprint, it get uncomfortable. But it got to my head in a different way at first. At first, I felt uncomfortable, and I felt like I was being hidden in the back. But then, after talking a lot of good people, after praying a lot, I started realizing that shouldn't be seen as a compliment, because if they're trying to do something similar, it might be because I'm doing something good. If you're not, nobody gonna be trying to be there. So
by the way, that's what I was saying in my head. I was saying the greatest form of flattery is people trying to copy you. So.
It's just because it
just sucks though.
At the first, I didn't like it much, because I don't get things easy. Everything for me was hustle, and then I see people getting things so easy. It's get uncomfortable, and I think as a human thing, it hit me.
No,
and
it's definitely it's a human nature
and
to.
I'm not proud, but. Today, I just see that that's life. I just need to keep doing my own thing, my little steps. If it's little, it's okay, but I have my own time,
Yeah. Just also remember, just like what I've found, because as you know, the gym business and, the fitness business is extremely competitive, and there's a lot of copycats out there. And what I've done recently is I've done it for a while now, but even more so recently is absolute blinders on. I don't follow other people. I don't follow competition. I don't listen to, I want to have a true, authentic voice that comes from me, that comes from my brand, that comes from the people around me. And if you don't see it, you don't really pay attention to it. And then you just keep it in mind.
It's so funny that the people can send it to me, because
trust me, I know they still do that crap to me too. Like I stop following people, and then people send me their stuff like, "Oh, did you see this? Did you see this?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't see it. I don't want to see it. Exactly. I don't want to see a former employee doing something that I taught him how to do. Like, no, I don't want to do it." Yeah, exactly.
But it's life. What I think we should always, and then that's what I think today, you just keep it doing you, because if they, whatever they're doing, it's not gonna affect you as long as you focus on your own thing. So that's why I went to this moment, but I came back.
Yeah, there's a saying that I lost in my head, but I just had it. Like they can steal your stuff, but they can't. Anyway, I'm gonna ruin it. But there's a good quote there, but I don't have it off the top of my head. All right, so you've preached a philosophy similar to No Days Off, and you've mentioned the grind never stops, though I am still working. Can you discuss this mindset and how it shapes your approach to training and life? So basically, you know, you're not here by accident. You're here because you've been intentionally moving forward, no matter breakups, no matter setbacks, no matter what's going on in your life. Where do you get that from? What's your anchor on that? So
that I think. And I think what always keeping me going is remind me where I came from. So even if I'm going through a process that it's so, I was like, why am I here? Why am I doing this? And then I remind myself, but where you came from, or even moments like this that I told you that. Okay, they get things so easy and I'm still also, but okay, they have their own journey. Where you came from? Look at what you've been doing. And so I think that's the main thing for me, is remind me my childhood, all the things that I went through, my family, and be able to today provide a better life for my mom. This is what moved me. Yeah. Not that I have a responsibility over my mom or my family, but I feel that I'm able to give them better opportunities that they didn't have, or maybe they will not have in Brazil. And if I keep working here, I can keep making their life better. So that's my biggest. I'm really big in family. So as long as my mom is happy, I keep it going. So I believe that's what always keep me pushing. I think when I have a child, that will be my biggest. Right?
Oh, for sure. Well, now you can tell me the love that you have for your mom. You can imagine. I'm sure it's reciprocal. And for me, like. I tried to explain it actually, you can't really describe the love that you have for your kids. It's like a whole different, you literally can't describe it. It's like, it's something that, but I will say this, it's the greatest motivator, because the moment that I had my son, it completely shifted. Like before I tried to say it wasn't about me, but it's about you, you know what I mean? So, but when you have a son, you honestly feel like you have a responsibility to be a better version of yourself for him, and to be a role model, a superhero. Like that's kind of my vision for what I want my son to be. Because my dad was that for me, is I want him to literally look at me like I'm some superhero, so. And that, now I have a daughter, so that's a whole nother element. And, she's too little yet to for me to feel like I feel with my son yet, but I know everybody says it's going to be a game changer. So that's huge. Sure. But definitely family is, I say faith, family, freedom, favor, all these F words are so big in our lives. But, where are you from in Brazil?
Minas Gerais.
Okay, and where is that?
It's in southeast Brazil, so it's by Rio de Janeiro. They probably heard about. Yep. São Paulo, so it's the three states close to each other. My state doesn't have a beach though, so I always wanted to live. It's by more the inland. It's a lot of mountains.
Oh, okay.
But I always wanted to live by the beach. Actually, my dream was to live in Rio de Janeiro. But the God decided to bring me to Miami. I'm not mad.
You're still on the beach.
It's kind of real. Beach. I always say that Miami is kind of a real. It's a Latino real.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. So I'm.
And when did you move here?
8 years ago.
Okay.
but not to Miami. I used to live in Boston first.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of Brazilians in Boston.
I didn't know
that's
that.
where I moved first. I have friends there.
Is there a reason why there's a lot of Brazilians in Boston?
I don't know.
It's kind of random.
They say that I think there was a time that the business was requiring a lot of people to work, and Brazil was the main. I don't know, people migrating to Boston for work. So I moved to Boston. Then I moved to Chicago to be with my ex because he's from Chicago.
Okay.
And then I lived there for 2 years. I was like, okay, no more winter.
It's too cold.
I can do this.
Yeah.
And then I convinced him to move to Miami. So, okay, we need to go to a warmer place. I love Miami because it's beautiful. It's by the beach and I love the lifestyle. I don't live the night lifestyle much, but I still love the restaurants. I love the environment. So I think this is my place. If I moved, one day it'll be still South Florida.
Yeah.
Because I like it around here.
Yeah. You can't beat Miami right now. It's literally like the new New York. I mean, it's only getting bigger and better, and the business opportunities are phenomenal for you, like here. Yeah. So you're in the right place.
Yeah, I believe so.
What are like next steps for you in terms of, because I know you said you're trying to grow the bikini brand. So anything on the horizon for that?
I think my main focus now is first my one-on-one coaching. Okay. I want to grow that.
How many clients do you have now? Well, I mean,
so today I have 52 clients.
Oh, wow.
But I can't handle anymore by myself. So I'm just trying to now grow through a team of coaches that I'm able to coach girls still, but I have a help with me. Yeah. So the main goal is grow the coaching, and on the side, my brand, bikini brand, I want to rebrand the whole thing. I want to redesign. I want to know a different collection. So my mind is blowing on that part. So I need to really I want to really recreate a lot of things because, like I say, when I started like, oh, I'm bikini. Now I want to bring it to a different level. Since I've been twice in Miami Swim Week, I've been the exposure was higher now. So I wanted to elevate the brand too. So I think I'm in a process that both the coaching and the bikini, it's in a phase that I want to bring to the next level. So it's a lot of work to do now. Yeah.
If you had any advice for women out there that are in similar positions, wanting to do stuff on their own, whether it be business or even fitness or their journey, like what would you say is the number one thing that you've learned? Like what's your number one advice, that you would give to women?
I think the main advice for me, that what I learned, is that you don't need a man to do. I don't want to be like super crazy feminist here, but even though if you're blessed you have a rich husband, okay, let him be the rich husband, have your own thing. And so I feel that a lot of girls don't do their own thing because they don't believe they can actually do something. They believe they need someone to give them everything in hand, but we do. So I think my main thing is believe that a woman is smart. We're not just a pretty thing that can be a look for people. If you are look for learn things and try different things and connect with people and use what you have of the best of yourself, you can build something on your own. Even, I'm not saying that you don't need to have someone, but what I've learned is that I always try to, I believe that I always feel that, I want someone to help protect me, not even financially, but to have someone to protect me. But you have to understand that you have to be complete on your own. And this is not just for girls, I think for guys
no,
too.
It's for everybody. It's for any relationship.
I think you're only going to be able to be happy with anybody, if you're friends or in a relationship, if you're happy with yourself. And you're only happy with yourself if you feel fulfilled. So I will say try to focus in your thing. What do you have of good? Everybody has something good. try to use that to build whatever you want to build, and on your own, even if it's a little thing. If other people are gonna say, "Wow, seriously, that's all you can do," but that's what you did.
But it's for you.
It's your baby. It's
exactly.
your thing. Nobody can touch that because it's yours. So, and that it gives you so much more confidence that you're going to set yourself apart, and you're going to realize that you're not going to sell yourself for anything. Your standard is, and they increase your confidence. Because a lot of girls think that confidence is gonna come for how many surgeries you did, everything, how you look, but actually not. Because when you stop to seeing yourself as a product, and then you show that you're more than just the look, you're going to see that you have more value than that, and then people are gonna value more too. So that's what I'll say.
Love it. Good answer. It makes it goes back to what I said earlier. Like, people. When you put your happiness, and I hate the word happy, but when you put your happiness in someone else, they're going to let you down. Like, because we are humans, we're not perfect. And when all your focus and all your effort and everything is on, I gotta please, let's say, the man, or I have to do, or if he's not happy, I'm not happy, or if he's not doing this, I'm not, like, it puts a lot of pressure on us too. So as a man, we're like, what else do you want from me? So I think that when you do have a woman that takes ownership of being, whether it's the best mom they can possibly be, or has a hobby, like, does this really, really well when she has her free time, becomes a writer, does a blogger, or whatever it is, influencer, or does, whatever it is, and you become, or just being the best version, learning and working out and eating right, like these kind of things, then what that does is that makes that union even stronger, because your man respects you even more than ever than you believe. And then it's so sad the way the world's going now with all the filters and all the things that girls see that they think they need to be. Like, the truth is, men are more attracted to what comes out of your mouth, to how you handle yourself, to what you do, than they are. Looks is what turns your head, right? But then it's to go deeper in that. Like, you have to have
what's going to separate you, because beautiful girls is all over,
Exactly.
And
like, what else do you have to offer?
I'm not saying that you don't have to look good, because
no, we want you to look good.
I'm a girl, I'm Brazilian,
exactly.
I'm always trying to be better for myself. But what I'm saying is that you can do more than that.
Yes. Yeah.
But the thing is, the girls need to understand that and believe that. You're also going to attract men that are more confident on themselves, because a man that see that a woman is more than just the look, it has to be a man that is confident too, because he's not going to be attracted to a woman that is not confident if he is not confident too.
What it does is it, if you're operating a certain, like, if you want to call it vibration or whatever, you also, what I believe happens is, as a single woman, if you become the better version of yourself and you get into, like, making yourself more successful, whatever, then all of a sudden you end up finding the right person that you're supposed to be with. But if you're only trying to look good and that's it, then you're probably going to end up, then you're going to probably end up with the wrong person. So yeah.
So that's why I'll say, not saying like maybe you already have your perfect person, but I'm saying that even though you already have it, try to build your own thing. That's you're not gonna stop. Like, you a mom, okay, you a mom, you can be a great mom, but you still a woman. Do something for yourself as a woman. They're going to fulfill you. So I think that's something that keep it moving and make the girls stronger. And
definitely, and it makes life more fun too. Like, it makes life more interesting. So, awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This was great.